Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Mike Makes It. Bit of a wet morning, bit of a wet start. Looking at the truck today, due for an MOT. So I've checked it over, all looks good, apart from the 3 days of welding I've had to do to it, for various bits and bobs here and there, on all four corners. One thing I did notice, not MOTable, but there's a stay or a strengthening strap on both sides of the bodywork. It's to stop this panel being pushed in. It's a two-door defender, as you can see. But this, I suspect, isn't the original. That's aftermarket, or somebody's made it themselves. Bit of a shadow coming on from the light there. There we go. The galvanised steel strip basically goes to the bodywork here, over to the main chassis. And if you push here, nothing happens. And that's how it should be. We go round to the other side, you can see what's going on over there. I'm going to remove the wheel here to get easy access under the wheel arch. But I'm using this again, I'll link it in. Little wheel mover, but it doesn't lift the truck. I've got a 3-ton Sealy jack lifting the truck up. But what this does is take the weight of the wheel when you've undone the 5 bolts, or the 5 nuts I should say. So you can wheel the wheel away without having to hump it, lift it, etc. But putting it back on is absolute breeze. You simply wheel it back up to the hub, rotate it on the rollers here, line up the nuts and the bolts, and away you go. So before you had to actually lift the wheel, position it, try to get the nuts on. Now it's absolute breeze. So as I say, I'll link that in. But there you go. Just simply slips off, a little bit of a wiggle, and away it goes. Now we can get access to the wheel arch. Right, there you go. That's the stay or the strut or the strengthening bar, whatever you want to call it, on the passenger side. I suspect this is the original. It's more a very thin pressed steel type of affair. I don't know if you can quite see that there. Not solid like the other side. And here, I'm going to press against there. You watch the bar. How much it deflects. Not sure if you can really see that on the camera. But if you look on the outside here, there's quite a lot of deflection. Not coming over too well on the camera, I'm afraid. But yeah, this is what I want to make and replace. There you go, see there's a big hole rotted in it. Should be very, very simple. I'm going to use my Cyclops bender and I think it's about 5mm thick piece of scrap steel, scrap aluminium. So it's aluminium on aluminium body, so should be quite good. Although it does mount to the steel chassis as well, so there's a bit of a mix of metals, but it's certainly going to be better than the other one. So what I'll do now, get a bit of plus gas on the old nuts and bolts, get that bracket off, and we'll take it to the workbench, see what we can do with it. Right, this is the alley strip I'm going to use. We've already got a elongated hole in there, which tallies up with this quite nicely. You can see the rot we got. So, and it is only like probably 2mm plate that's been formed. Just put a little edge on it to give it some strength. But we'll swap over to alley. I was wrong, it's not going to bolt to steel on one side. It is actually aluminium as the body tub and the outside frame of the truck. So it is alley to alley, so there's going to be no corrosion risk between steel and aluminium. So I'm pretty much just going to wing this. It ain't got to have this type of bend. It could even be just straight 90 degrees. With alley, that might not be such a good idea, so I may just do a little bit of a sweeping bend. But basically, so this end, this hole ends up relative to the other hole in the right position. We should be good. So I'm just going to put a couple of marks on the alley, go over to the Cyclops bender and have a little tweak with it and just play around. So that's what we're doing now. Right, guess it's the moment of truth. Now I can only do this with one hand, so I'll refit it off camera. But there's pretty much a captive bolt here. Since I put the floor in the truck, the aluminium checker plate, I can't get to that. But hook that one on there. And the other one just down there does line up. So off camera, I'll put a couple of nuts on there and I'll show you the finished article. There you go. That's the stay bar or the strengthening bar in place now. Really, I've just used a bit of scrap alley, as you saw, half hour of my time, and that saved me at least £15. And that £15, that would have just bought me another one of them pressed steel ones that were rotted out within probably a couple of years. So hopefully this is going to last longer. Anyhow, I hope you found that useful. I'll put all the links to tools I've used in the description. And yeah, thanks again for watching.